After the market whiplash that Bitcoin and all coins in the crypto markets got last week, we kind of have gotten a recovery. So we'll be looking at the weekly close from last week, how we have recovered, what we'll be looking into get into today and this week, what we'll be anticipating to get into this week, and with a view of spotting positions and entry points that we can take any trades that we spot opportunities. This is what I'll be doing in this video. Also with a view and thinking at the back of our mind with the macroeconomics factors, the geopolitical factors. All this will come together to make us more informed and to make us position ourselves in a profitable trade. So we just go into the charts. I'm a prop trader from Hashed. My name is OP, and you can see here we are looking at the crypto fear and greed index, where right now we are still at greed, unlike last week where we were in fear. We got into neutral, we got into fear at the height of the downturn and of the whiplash that we got in the whole market space, and now we have recovered into greed kind of territory. Just looking at the weekly analysis, and you see there was a lot of red last week and just a few tokens were on the green. But right now, if you look into the day, we have more green compared to the red. Actually, I would even say it's kind of like on a 50-50 basis right now. So this is quite interesting for us to see and to understand where the market structure. So we just go straight into the charts why we are here, and we look for opportunities that we can spot. And what do we see here? If you pay attention, or if you followed me and if you watch my last video on Saturday, I believe, I spotted this and I gave you this analysis and I showed you the different levels, the bounce zone 1 and the bounce zone 2, which is very important for us to pay attention to. Bounce zone 3 is still far away, so we can skip that for now, and we can come back to that at a later stage. If we break down from bounce zone 2, that's when we start to consider what is going on in bounce zone 3. First, let's go back to bounce zone 1, and you see I was anticipating and looking for the daily close, the daily candle close as of yesterday. And what did we see? We have kind of like a hammer candle that we see. And what does that tell us? That tells us that we have kind of come to the top of that channel, top of that trend. So this small bullish trend of 3 different candles, and we should be anticipating a pullback in the near term. And this is what I'm anticipating and expecting will be happening in the charts in the upcoming days. In the coming days, which is this week, I'll be expecting a pullback because we don't seem to have been able to close above the $105,000 levels. We seem to have gotten rejected at that zone. So this rejection is telling us that we might likely pull back to the bottom, which is I'll be anticipating is around. Right now, I'll be looking at a take profit of around $104,000 levels, $104,000 levels, somewhere around that. So this is what we are seeing right now on the daily chart. We move along also to the daily chart using our indicator, our leading indicator of CPR by KGS. And what is this telling us? Pretty much telling us the same thing, that we seem to have topped out right now in the near term. So we just go into the 4 hour to see what the 4 hour is telling us. And what is that telling us? That is telling us right now we are already printing a bearish candle to the downside. Then we go further down and we try to see what the chart is telling us. Chart on the this is quite interesting because the 1 hourly chart, it has printed a support of 104,300,000. And if you remember on the daily that I was speaking here, I was already predicting that a short is imminent where we can take profit at 104,700 levels. The indicator has given us this this bearish confirmation of this our trend line, and that we should be coming down to test the trend line. So this is quite evident, and we can see that all our analysis is coming together and it's telling us that a pullback in the near term is very, very imminent. Then lastly, we look at Bitcoin liquidation heatmap, which will be telling us which levels there's a lot of longs and a lot of shorts, where they are positioned and where they are. And market makers like to fake out and to go against the trend. And you can see right now, we can see there's a lot of liquidation around the $107,000 levels. And again, we can see another liquidation around the 500,000 levels. That's where a lot of shorts have been piling to short after if we get to that zone. So this is quite interesting for us. And what do? Now we have been able to indicate the levels that we are getting into and what is going on in the chart, and that informs us further to move ahead and to take the trade that we have been anticipating. So this is what we'll be doing. Looking at it, also looking at the RSI on the 1 hourly, it seems to be pointing downward. And looking at the chart, we can see even that we have got rejected at the 50 MA, and we look to be pointing to go to a support at the 200 MA, which is also where $104,000 levels that we have indicated in our two different analyses. On this one, we indicated this. On this one, we also indicated the same. So what is that telling us? We are having a lot of confluence and a lot of different analysis telling us the same thing. What does that tell us immediately? That it is time for us to enter a trade right away. So that's what we'll be doing today, and we'll be getting into this position right immediately before we waste any kind of time. We don't want to do that at all. So immediately we jump into a trade, and that's what I'll be doing right now. And I put in a take profit of 700 and a stop loss. So I may as well do this. So I take a level of 104, a profit of 104.7, and the stop loss of 1059. Yes, 1059. So I take 105961 as my stop loss and a take profit of 104,700. Super. So I'm taking this and I'm shorting the market right away. Super. So I've gotten into the trade, and right now we have already gotten into the trade. It's been open, and immediately we are already in profit because we believe that we are in the right position. I'll be keeping you guys ahead, and I'll be keeping you guys up to this. I'll be monitoring the charts. I'll be paying attention to this. I hope you guys are taking a trade. Comment in the chat below if you are taking a trade with me, what direction you are taking. If you are with me in the near term, short term, in the near term bearish scenario, and we are taking a short right now in the trade, smash the like button, like it, share to your friends, let them know that we are in trade, we are making money, we are here to build our wealth, we are here to grow our stack, and we are here paying attention to the market, showing up every day, giving you opportunities, spotting the opportunities. You guys bring your friends along. All of you guys can take advantage of this opportunity. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.